You know, the journey of rediscovery is not just a journey of one part. It's an holistic journey. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those that are visiting for the first time, thank you for visiting Treasure of His Eyes. And for those that are returning, I want to thank you for your comments, for your suggestions, for your contribution. We're going to go on a new series. Well, it will not be too long, but we're starting a new part today. We're talking about our children, single parents and children, maybe girl child or boy child, or actually young adults, as we call them. Proverbs 22:6 says, we should train up in a child in the way they should go, and when they're older, he or she will not depart from it, which is Proverbs 22:6. But in the case that I want to share with us, what about if our children grows up and they decide to depart? Sometimes maybe for a moment, or sometimes maybe for a while. And a moment could be a while as well, for especially somebody that will be looking, how long will this go on for? But the real fact is, sometimes our children, they leave home, they go to other places, they go to uni, they go to live elsewhere, and certain principles that we have embedded in them, or we have, the Bible say that we should train them up, that we have trained them up with, they tend to kind of shift from it. In that case, what happens? How do we feel? What do we do? Where do we go? I know there's been a lot of surveys, there's lots of this and that says boys from single parents are likely to end up not going through education properly, being unproductive, sometimes ending up in prison. There's been a lot of survey likely to drop out of school. That is the male child. They're likely to do all of that. And also some survey also said that girls from single parenthood are likely to become pregnant early in life, drop out of school, tend to follow older men because they take them like a role model. But in going back to our Bible passage, which is Proverbs 22:6, which says, train up in a child in the way they should go, they will never depart from it. Sometimes as single parents, we look at it and think probably we have failed, because the children have not only, amazingly, it is not only children from single parenting family that this happened to, but because one way or the other, the system have tried to box single parents and a lot of things into stereotype. They've assumed that children from single parent background, children from single parent home are not likely to achieve this or achieve that, are not likely to be this. But I beg to differ. Because amazingly, there's another survey. I will put the link when we post this video. There's another survey that's now come out that's actually said they find out that children from single parent home are actually having a fulfilled life. And amazingly, the survey that was before was talking about how single parent children ends up to be practically non-productive, not finishing education, getting pregnant early, or ending up in jail. But the new survey is saying it's not so. My point is, every child, be it from single parent, be from married parent, be from any kind of family, goes through stages of life. And when children are going through stages of life, what do? We support them, we encourage them, we kind of love them the more. Sometimes what happens is, when children start to go through phases in life, we don't think outside of the box. We don't think what would have happened. We don't think what would have not happened. We don't think how they got to where they got to. We just assume this child or this young adult is just being rebellious. But sometimes these young adults, children, got to where they got to for certain reasons, sometimes for attention, sometimes for being able to stand up for themselves. So as a single parent, in case you have had a child that has kind of withdraw or not follow the training that you have given, please do not beat yourself up. Do not accuse yourself. Do not frustrate yourself. In the process of frustrating yourself, you might end up frustrating the child. In the process of kind of hammering and stop loving the child properly, you might end up causing more harm than good. The survey that I talked to you about now brings out that everything happens to every child because children, adults, young adults goes through stages of life, and because they go through stages of life, a child is likely, a young adult is likely to fall, even sometimes unknowingly, into what they shouldn't fall into. If your child has departed or seems to have departed from the training that you have given them, please do not lose hope. Do not be despair. Do not stop loving them. Continue to encourage them. Continue to show them care. Continue to speak to them. Continue to take them as that child that was brought up because they have been trained in the way of the Lord, and continue to believe that they will not depart from it. And the most important thing, show love, show care, show understanding. Even sometimes you do not understand what the child is talking about because we've come from a different background. We've come from a background that your parents say jump, you say how high. Most of these children, they're not like that. Most of our young adults, they're not like that. They will query you. They will query your thoughts. They will query your suggestion. That does not make them a bad child. That does not make them a rebellious child. So our children are not devoid of challenges. They face trials, they face challenges, and because of that, especially a male child that is being brought up by a woman, sometimes communication might be the key. So I would like to end up today's video by saying the most important thing we should do with our children, with our young adults, talk, communicate, try to understand their journey, because you know they go out, most of our children have like 3 to 4 different kind of lifestyle. They have one lifestyle for home, one lifestyle for church, one lifestyle for school, one lifestyle for being on the streets. So train up a child in the way they should go, and they will never depart from it. But if sometimes along the journey it seems that a child is departing, please do not forsake them. Do not despair. Do not give up on them. Show them more love, and the Lord will help us all in Jesus' name. From today, start talking to your children more. Start having a relationship with them so that they can confide in you. Because when they confide in you, there are things you would know about them that you would not normally know if they don't. And the Lord will help us in Jesus' name. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Thank you for your comment, and I look forward to seeing you again. If you're yet to subscribe, please click the button and the icon bell so that when we upload a new video, you'll be the first to hear. Thank you for coming back to my channel. God bless you, and bye-bye.